Hey guys, itsameFigaRo, and welcome back to another day, another game. Thought I'll jump straight back into another horror one for yous. This is Exmortis 2, the continuation of the other one I played a couple of months ago, so no idea what this is gonna be, if it's gonna be the same type of thing, so let's just jump straight in and see, guys. See yous in there. Turn the lights down and the sound up for maximum atmosphere. Some sounds in this game were used from actual EVP recordings. Okay. Boy! Hello.
Sources overnight have revealed the identity of the group responsible for the mass murder of the
Benevolent
the
creation.
group identified as the Exmortis have been linked to the town and city in its past. Scenes of unimaginable violence and carnage have dominated television
Exmortis. That's creepy. Is it screaming? The hordes of Exmortis swept across Earth, which I let out in the first one, a plague unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. In their final stand, a handful of mankind's last survivors stood their ground, defiant of their inevitable fate. And in those last moments, as death took these brave souls, a stranger passed in the distance, put his plans in motion. Where is your god now? Ooh, rendezvous point. Okay, this abandoned church was to be the residents' rendezvous point after the final stand against the Exmortis. Okay, so this is where we all meet up, in case the shit goes down. Someone has written, "Where is your god now?" When the Exmortis emerged, faith in our religions quickly turned into spiritual resentment. The cross used to be a symbol of hope. Now it's nothing but a reminder of humanity's foolishness to have held such pointless faith. An old automobile is rather awkwardly parked next to the church. This barren wasteland stretches in most directions as far as the eye can see. Sometimes I wonder if there's anything left to fight for. Well, we just click everything, I guess. Oh! That's not creepy at all. Each pew is covered in black. What the hell? No, 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 no. You get out of here. You shoo. You shoo. Oh god, where is that thing going? It's going in here. Let me read this first. Each pew is covered in a thick layer of dust. There hasn't been anything living in here for a very long time. Can I be the only survivor of the battle? Yes. The statue of Christ looks over the room which was once filled with his faithful followers. What I see now is all that is left of them, which is nothing. Light pours in from the church through a hole in the roof, I can see the crimson sky, which serves as a constant reminder of what has transpired. Okay. So is there anything here? All the windows of this church look like they were boarded up a long time ago to keep something out or to keep something in. What? Which it be? Which it be, hey? The priest's pupil stands at the head of the church. A large Bible sits atop, open to the chapter Revelation, End of Days. How appropriate. How appropriate. Okie dokie, I'm in the confessional. Nope. Stay away! The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. What kind of priest has a hat like that? Are you like a cowboy priest? The window looks through to the other booth. Whoever's in the other booth is looking back at me. What could he want? A statuette of Christ Messiah hangs suspended on the wall in this booth. Not really an odd thing to see in this place of worship such as this. Do you talk?
Mr. Please sit, for my time here is limited. I take it the battle didn't go as planned.
No, everybody's dead.
Unfortunate inevitability, I'm afraid. Nevertheless, it has aided and allowed me the passage I required to make contact with you. The Exmortis know you're here, so I must be brief. All might seem lost to you in this dark hour, however, I am here to bring you hope when you have none.
Okay.
I have here with me a parchment which you will do well to read carefully.
Oh, will I?
The knowledge within its pages will shed light on your path towards removing the scourge and allowing mortal man to begin rebuilding. I don't
so
doubt
I'm the
if
last.
you're wondering if I am trustworthy or not. However, at this point, neither you nor the remaining fragments of humanity have anything left to forfeit. I'm afraid mankind's fate rests on your next course of action. For your sake, I hope you make the right choice.
So do I, buddy. So do I. Hey, where are you going? I thought you were supposed to help me. Whatever was in the booth, it wasn't human. However, everything he spoke of made sense. Okay. I guess I really have no choice but to trust him for now. Alright, so that was in your booth? Okay. A vile stench hangs in the air that was trapped by this enclosed booth. Ew. It stinks like musty cheese. If I can see that entry, at least next time I'll know I can smell him coming. Oh god, a pile of bound papers rests on the stool. This must be the parchment the entity implored I examine. Prophecy of the Hand. One night I dreamed. A darkness once dormant, patiently waiting, was now emerging from the shadows, a light glowing brighter from dark beyond chasm, wrapping around a pillar stained with ancient symbols. Many millions of shrieks and screams engulfed me. When I stood under, I felt burn rise up from the floor, and it too consumed me. My soul ripped from my shell. What? My soul ripped from my shell was flattered and became a pathway. It became a link between the ancient world and my reality. Unspeakable monstrosities crossed over and began devouring every living thing. And then a fiend of unspeakable size, a maleficent, looked at me and smiled as he crossed into my world. He introduced himself as the ancient of the Exmortis, Velu. I could see myself, a tattered, broken man suddenly imbued with an insatiable power. I felt a sudden drive to destroy all I knew and returned it all to how it used to be before light and life. I saw myself become the hand of Exmortis. I saw what was, what is, and what will be. I then saw a strange dagger plunge deep into me, a man holding it, a mere mortal, and something else is in the shadows. But then the darkness took me. As I fell to my knees and the pathway crumbled, my soul lost forever. I don't dare to dream again for fear of what other horrors await. Property of that dude. Fields Ranch. It's a ranch, eh? Alright, why don't I need to read that? Nothing else in here? Nothing else? There's stuff here. All the windows in the church seem to be... Can I get out of here, please? Oh! Tracks on the ground indicate that this old rust bucket of a car still works. As old as it is, we also need a key to start. I wish we knew how to hotwire this thing. Holy shit, look at that! Okay. It seems a set of keys have fallen through... What? Fallen through between a couple of slates in the wooden board patio. However, my hand is too large to fit through... Oh, shit. Well, shit, We'll grab that thing. Yes! Running something. These houses at the top of the hill have probably been abandoned long ago. They're all filled with corpses, just like get impossible. Get away! Holy crap, that was intense. Hello? Xavier's legacy. Oh, this is the ranch that the thing said. This land was probably grassed as far as the eye could see, but now, like everything else, it died under the cruel red sky. This is the Lockyer Field Ranch of the document of the church led me to. What possible significance could this place have in the scheme of things? Well, obviously something, because we're here. Okay, anything of importance out here? The door leads me inside. I don't know what waits for me inside or what I'm even looking for. I've got a feeling I won't have to wait long to find out. Oh! Oh! Power of Christ compels you. This ain't good. Alright, what do we got? This door is somewhat dissimilar to the one on my right, but it seems to be in working order. Okay. An assortment of children's clothes, coats, and jumpers hang in this closet. Oh god, no. As much as I need a fresh set of clothes that aren't covered in blood, I doubt anything fits me. Except something up here. On the top shelf sits a small pile of knitted woolen blankets. I welcome the smell of mothballs over the scent of rotting flesh that seems to infect everything these days. Well, grab the thingy then. Oh, codes. Lovely. There's a toolbox on the floor here. It has a small padlock on it. Well, we don't know the freaking code yet, do we? The door of the closet is currently open. Ah, he's a smart cookie. Whoa! I just had a Keanu Reeves moment. I'm sure that painting was on the floor last time I was here. That was really text in here. It seems to be a very old portrait of a man and a small girl, perhaps a previous occupant of this place. Hey, don't turn into some demented demon. No? Okay. This double-door set of doors leads to the adjacent hall. Taking my place on the outside. Correct. Yep. Alright. Hey! There's a light on the door. I could have sworn I saw a silhouette walk past. Seems locked. Seems to be unlocked, but it's being blocked from the other side by something. The door on the right corridor leads to another room. The panel of this crawl space has been pulled off and propped up against the wall. Strange. It's too dark to see anything in this shaft. I better not push forward without knowing where I'm going. That's a good plan. Ah! From the looks of the blood splatter on a chair, I assume this poor soul was strung up before he was mutilated. F, that poor bastard has his eyes, arms, legs, and heart ripped out from him. Only the Exmortis are capable of this kind of cruelty. Well, can I use something? What is this? Oh, there's something. One of those Sudoku puzzles sits on the table here. They used to be all the rage, but I never really got hooked. 3 inner spaces of the puzzle are highlighted. The set of shelves are littered with ornaments and various fine dining implements left from the former occupants of this house. Well, where's... Oh my god. I've never played Sudoku. Never. Never, ever, ever. Flashes of lightning and claps of thunder still shake the barren landscape seen through this curtain. The beam in the center of the room of the man hangs who doesn't even seem to be blowing slightly from the weight of his lifeless torso. What? Doesn't seem to be blowing? He is moving. This lamp used to serve a purpose, but now it's nothing but a mere reminder of a life and a luxury that I once had. So there's nothing in here but a freaking Sudoku. Alright, I'm gonna just mash in random numbers till I get it. So I've honestly never played Sudoku, like, at all. But is it... It has to fit 1 to 9 into, like, a thingy. So this has to have numbers that aren't these numbers, is that right? And then all of these, I have no freaking clue. Unless they can't be the numbers from those positions in every single thing. Is that how the hell this works? Is that seriously how Sudoku works? Because I freaking never played this. So 8. Okay, I think that is it. That is it. It has to be. It has to be. Oh, and I'm guessing that that's the code to the lock. I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Well, it's 3 numbers, isn't it? So it has to be a... So it has to be a 1... A 1, 3, 4, 6, 8. 1, 3, 4, 6, 8. 1, 3, 4, 6, 8. Let's just try random shit on this code because... So 1, 3... 1, 3, 4... 1, 3, 4, 6, 8. It has to be one of those numbers. Alright. I'll be back. We'll just keep going through these. 1, 3, 4, 6, 8. Alright, we'll be back. There's a toolbox on the floor here. It is currently closed. I'll open it. There's an assortment of tools in this case. I see nothing. Oh, sorry about that. I see nothing of immediate use in here. What the frick was the point? You figured out some Sudoku puzzle that I have no idea how the freak to do anything. Unless I need it for something later. I see nothing of immediate use in here. Okay, so we must need it later. Stairs lead up to a second level. They're not really covered in too much dust. It seems this place may have only recently been occupied. Well, I only did let the Exmortis out a while ago. Oh! How did that compel you? It worked! Oh my god. A door to my immediate right leads to an adjacent room. Let's go in there first, okay? Is that an ass? The naked female corpse on the bed here has a massive hole in her chest. Yes, it is an ass. Pictures of local structures are hanging on the wall in here. Oh god. The lampshade of both sides of the bed is stained with blood. Oh god. The sheets on the bed are soaked with the blood of this poor woman. The lampshade on both sides of the bed are stained with blood. Okay, the bedside table has a small drawer here. It contains a Bible. I'd take it with me if I was a religious man. I'll take it with me. Why wouldn't you... Small cupboard here. That's the Exmortis book. I remember that from the first one. How the hell did it get here? Unless... I came here after number 1 as a different character. Oh god.
20th of January. Well, I got digging around in the old dusty old cellar today and I came across a whole heap of old leather books, bound books with each and every page blank. So I thought to myself that I might as well put one of them to good use. I guess I got myself a new diary to use. Oh god. It's quite remarkable how good the condition of the books are considering how old they look. It continuously surprises me the amount of handy items I find in this place. I know this place has never been under care of my relatives for over 100 years, but you would think that in that time, someone would have taken the time to go through the old crap from the previous occupants of this place. In any case, the unpacking process is almost complete. It still seems a little weird that my wife, kids, and I are now leaving this old Uncle Charlie's ranch. It's been years since I've last set foot in this place before he passed on. Charlie and I never really got on so well. It was certainly a surprise to find out that he'd left this place to me in his will. I wonder what he meant by, only you can understand the ranch, and if you can't at first, you will learn. Certainly seemed like a last little cryptic jab at me from beyond the grave. Anna is settling in okay. I had to do a hell of a lot of talking her around to moving in from the city. She wasn't going to go without a fight, but I think she's finally happy that she broke away from her dead-end job, and is kind of looking forward to the simpler life out here in the sticks. Oh god. The kids are always keen for change, so it didn't take much time to coax them to see this as a fresh new start. I think the thought of having horses, cows, and chickens to look after made them forget that they are rooming together for the first few weeks until they get out of the rooms and end up in the hall emptied out, clean and covered in the top living quarters. Well, I've got a lot of work ahead of me in the next few months, but I feel good. This was a good choice, a welcome change. I just hope Anna relaxes into her new home. 30th of January. I got a fair amount of work done today. I finally finished the fencing around the southern field, but the oddest thing happened as I was finishing up. I had the strange compulsion to look back at the house, and I could have sworn that I saw someone watching me from behind the window in the room at the end of the hall. That's because there's a demon in there. Anna and the kids were out running some errands, so that is why I make a note of this as being odd. I just put it down to as my eyes playing tricks on me. A full day of hard work under the hot sun can play tricks with your mind. Anna still seems a little standoffish about the move. She still is not 100% convinced that we are making the right move here. I told her to give it some time and that it will, oh God, grow on her. Still, her stressful attitude is rubbing off on me. I snapped at Zoe today, which is very unlike me. She ran off to her room crying and I went up to apologize and examine that Daddy is a bit stressed with the move. She really didn't warrant my anger and I felt bad about it for a while. She was all smiles after our little talk. The 6-year-old mind is an enigma to me sometimes. Then February. It's been a strange few days. We had an old picture of a man and a gal hanging out near the front door. I don't know who they are or what purpose Uncle Charlie had with such an old portrait in the house lobby, and I felt it was time to change something a little more modern. I took down the portrait and mounted the family photo we had taken this past Christmas. So the ghost has literally removed that and put his old photo frame up. I threw that old portrait in the cellar, with the other old junk I need to sort through, and turned in for the night. I got up in the morning to walk to the kitchen and found the old portrait hanging up in the exact same spot which I had removed it from. But no sign of the family photo I had replaced it with. I did a bit of searching around the place without any oops. No. No sign of the family photo I had replaced it with. I did a bit of searching around the place without any luck, so I asked Anna and the kids about it, and they claimed that they knew nothing about it. But what really angered me about it was that when I went down to the cellar, I found the photo with its frame all smashed up on the floor. I immediately brought it back to everyone's attention, but still no one admitted it to the deed. I must admit that I flew off the handle a bit once again. Zoe and Daniel both ran sobbing to their rooms again. Such disregard for my authority in the house will not be tolerated. I shouted at them as their little legs bolted up the stairs, because I just sat there in the living room glued to the damn idiot box TV. Kids! I replaced the frame from the Christmas photo and remounted it on the wall in the lobby, once again discarding the old portrait to the cellar. But this time I locked the damn door and stuck the key around my neck for safekeeping. It's the darndest thing. The next morning I got up to find the old portrait back on the wall, and once again the Christmas photo was back in the cellar all smashed up. How is that possible? There are no extra keys cut for that door, and there sure as heck ain't a skeleton key for this place that I know of. So there's a skeleton key? I don't have any remaining spare frames, so I guess the old portrait stays where it is for now. I swear I think that I'm losing my mind. I swear sometimes I think that I'm losing my mind. Sorry. Oh God. 12th of February. The local sheriff dropped by today asking questions about if we had seen anything unusual and if we had any suspicious-looking people out of the character. Huh? If we had seen any suspicious-looking people out of the character for the area. I told him that we hadn't. When I asked him what was wrong, he let slip that in a neighboring settlement, a whole bunch of people were found dead, ripped to shreds by some frenzied assailants, were his exact words. Oh, fuck! I'm moving my family out here to get away from that kind of poop. I found clippings, this is February 14th, I found clippings in the local paper about the murders in San Remi, 28 people dead. That's virtually the whole town, and demons from hell. What the F? They're either smoking some good crack over there, or the local God-fearing community has an overactive imagination. I finally got the energy and the time to clear out the old desk and book from the room at the end of the hall, but I just couldn't get the door to budge open. The handle would turn, but no matter how hard I pushed it, it just wouldn't work. I got tired of fighting a losing battle, so I put off the clean out of the room until later. Okay. I did manage to get to the other room, cleaned out and kitted up with Claire's bed and furniture, so she'll be spending the night in her own room for the first time in the house tonight. Daniel and Zoe are still sharing the same bed, but hell, at 6 and 8 years old, it's not like there's going to be enough room in the same mattress for them. And another for firsts in this house. Anna and I made love this morning. I think she's finally coming around about the move. Although I do think that the murders in San Remi have left her shaken a little. Too close to home, I think. And the thought of men, women, and children being mutilated like that chills me to the bone. People can be fucking animals sometimes. 15th of February. I woke up last night with a fright. Standing over Anna and I in our bedroom was Claire. She said that she couldn't sleep. That man kept sitting on the end of her bed looking out of the window. I told her that she was just dreaming. Damn it. She's 11 years old and should be able to difference between fantasy and reality by now. I walked her back to her bed, tucked her in, and she sang her back to sleep. I was still half asleep at the time, but I could have sworn that the stuck door at the end of the hall was open just to crack it the way to Claire's room. It didn't occur to me at the time to check it again. All I wanted to do is go back to bed. Oh my God! More murders. Local news broadcasts mentioned that more people were now mysteriously killed. Now a town further away had been hit and virtually wiped out, just like San Remi had. As in Sam Raimi, as in evil dead guy? What is going on in the world for shit like this to happen? Out here, in all places. I didn't mention anything to Anna about the new lot of murders. There's no use in making her any jitterier than she already is. Besides, now she's finally relaxed a little, we are going to get some sort of semblance of normality back into our sex lives. What? If anything, she's become a little more energetic and enthusiastic than she has ever been when it comes to that. It's because she's a demon and they like sexy times. Claire's still having problems sleeping. She keeps talking of a man sitting on her bed and looking out to the back through her window. And I still taking turns at babysitting her back to sleep each night. Anna is sure that with time she'll get used to her room and the dead guy sitting at the end of her bed. Yes, her room won't be an issue for much longer. I certainly hope she's right. I could do with an interrupted sleep for the first time in a while, especially with the amount of work I'm doing during the day and on the ranch. I need as much sleep as I can to save my energy for dealing with damn horses. Damn horses! They seem to be very spooked of late, and a pattern of stubbornness that I cannot do without. What? 23rd of February. The sunset was amazing today. It was the most beautiful pinkish red sky I've ever seen. Oh, God. Anna and I sat on the front doorstep and toasted each other with a couple of glasses of Chardonnay. Simply stunning! 24th of February. That damn door just won't move. I've tried oiling it, removing latches, chiseling the frame, and even kicking the fucking thing down. I'm getting over it very quickly. I'm this close to scaling the outside wall to break the window and climb in. Claire has even taken a turn for the worse. Even though she is not complaining about her mysterious man on the bed, she is basically shut down. The most conversation that I get out of her is an old occasional grunt. And she spends most of the day sitting in front of the television when she's not in school. She always looks so tired and unwell. If this continues for much longer, I'm going to have to take her to see a doctor. 26th Feb. New hunter. 500 dead. This is very concerning. These murders are not slowing up. If anything, they're increasing at an exponential rate. Police have no further information other than the assailants possibly being some sort of satanic cult. It all sounds rather vague to me. I know it's selfish of me, but the only positive thing to come from this is that the spree of murders seems to be moving away from us here. But I know that doesn't make us safe. I cut the clipping out of the newspaper and put it with the others I had from the original San Rami killings. I know why I have this morbid fascination with these recent events. Maybe because it's so close to home. Something else I've noticed of recently is that the daytime sky isn't as blue as it used to be. Almost purple in appearance at times. The sunset of late are amazing though, but I'm starting to miss the familiar blue hue of the daytime sky. Oh my god, how long does this go for? 2nd of March, I spoke to Claire today and got a semi-coherent response from her. It's the first sustainable conversation that I've had with her in quite a while. And I noticed that her bed seemed undisturbed last night, almost as if she didn't sleep in it. Anna convinced me to buy a gun today. I'm definitely not a gun person, which seems odd considering I am running a virtual farm here. But for the protection of my family against these murdering killers, it seemed the only sane thing to do. I've heard numerous rumors about killings that have been happening. People eviscerated and ripped limb from limb in their own house, out on the street, in backyards, wherever it happened to be when attacked. I even heard that the attack that left Palo Alto completely depopulated and the town literally painted in blood. I cannot even begin to imagine how this could happen, and I am even more surprised from the apparent lack of the federal government response. Jeez, really? No one can go within 10 miles of New Hunter without getting turned away by local law enforcement. So there is definitely some sort of investigation happening. Oh my god! I woke up very early this morning because I thought I heard a noise coming from the end of the hall. I picked up the gun and cautiously stalked from room to room, checking on everyone. Daniel and Zoe were fast asleep, but imagine to my surprise, when I got to Claire's room, she wasn't asleep in her bed. In fact, she was wide awake, sitting in a corner of her bed, just looking out the window to the back of the field. She's possessed. I approached her, put my hand on her head, which was soaked with ice-cold sweat. She jumped, startled with my presence, and let out a high-pitched, shrill scream unlike anything I've ever heard before. All she could do was cower away from me against the wall and scream as loud as a banshee. God damn it. The power of Christ compels her. The commotion woke everyone up, and soon I had Anna sprinting to my side in a dazed and frightening state. It took about 15 minutes to snap Claire out of whatever episode she had been having and return her to normal state. There was a startling moment when I could have sworn that I saw a reflection in the glass window, someone moving behind me in the shadows. There just wasn't something right about that room. We hustled Claire into Daniel and Zoe's room, where she spent the rest of the morning sleeping. Annette and I could both decide that we could move Claire's belongings out of that room and let her sleep with her siblings indefinitely. It would be tight and stuffy for them, but Claire seemed more happy to hear the news of the move. 11th of March. The news has just come in. Los Angeles and San Francisco are under siege from these murdering killers. I'm speechless as I write this. Everyone has been huddled around the TV downstairs for hours, watching report after report of the events. It is being reported that there are thousands of people dead in just a space of a few hours. Anna has been trying to call her family in LA with no success. All lines of communication in the city seem to be down. I pray to the gods that they're okay. Information of the well-being is scarce, so all we have to go on is the moment is what we see on TV. Broadcasts are apparently under restriction as the broadcasts are apparently under restriction as to the content they could show due to the graphic nature of the images and the government stepping in and blocking certain footage. But the descriptions of some of these creatures is more than frightening. They are not human. We are being told. Okay. I went down to the local mall and bought a cork board, which I've set up in Claire's old bedroom. I started clippings of articles and pinning them up on them. I still remain morbidly fascinated by these events. More frightened than fascinated, I suppose. But to know thy enemy is the first step to defeating thy enemy. Well, that's what I've been saying to Anna to justify my new hobby. 12th of March. LA is a graveyard and San Francisco isn't much better off at the moment. Millions of lives lost. The president made a statement today, but it was all rhetoric about defending our way of life and making sure justice would be served. Just another way of saying that they are scared and clueless on a course of action as we are. The military has been engaging these creatures for most of the day. From reports I've seen, we aren't faring so well. The casualty rate is ridiculously high. All military press conferences I've seen have all been a positive nature. Hopefully this isn't the war propaganda machine turning. Anna received word that her brother Joe got out alive, but it doesn't look good for the rest of the family. Her parents were smack bang in the middle of LA, so even if they managed to start the exodus of the city, these creatures would have been on them in no time. This is insane. Am I dreaming? Oh my god. I don't know why my hands are sore. We nuked them. I can't fucking believe it. We actually dropped a nuke on them. Jeez. On our own soil, over residential land on the upper Pacific coast, after only one day of engaging the enemy. It's too early to know if it was effective, but just the realization of how completely worst case scenario that must be for this sort of action to be taken. Well, it just boggles the mind. Anna's brother Joe is driving here. He's going to stay with us for a while. I'm going to set him up in Claire's old room. Why? Hopefully he won't suffer the same adverse effects that she bore from that strange feeling room. But at this stage, considering what is happening, that room is the least of our worries. 17th of March. Well, we've just been advised that the nuke has not stemmed the flow of violence. In fact, I think the words that were used were completely ineffectual. We're being told that these things, which have been referred to as Exmortis, have virtually wiped out most of our towns, villages, and cities along the Pacific coast and are heading up north to Canada and back east to our other coasts. We have been lucky in that these things started off around this area somewhere. People have been saying that Exmortis numbers, when they initially hit San Remi, were a minute compared to the millions they now consist of. We were spared, but it won't be long before we see them coming back this way. Oh Lord, please let us find a way of stopping these things before it comes to that. Joe arrived today. All he had was the clothes on his back and the car he came in. The stories he had to tell us were just dreadful. Even he only just managed to escape the maelstrom. Apparently he got a frantic, grabbled phone call from his and Anna's father telling him to get out of the city immediately with no questions asked. He did exactly that, but he never heard from his parents again. All he could say was that his father sounded more scared than he had ever heard. He could hear his mother sobbing and praying in the background all through the call. Joe must have choked out the words through tears, and at least a dozen times. At least they were together in the end. Anna has taken this all remarkably well. She was shuffling around in the cellar this morning and emerged with an old Bible. She'd never really been a big religious nut, but when I caught her sneaking it to the bedside drawer, she told me that having it closer made her feel better. I love her so much. 18th of March. Something has Joe scared more than he was when he arrived. He won't talk about it, but he's adamant that he doesn't want to sleep in Claire's old room again. I have noticed that he's sporting some pretty vicious bruises on his face, arms and ribs, which weren't there yesterday. When I asked him about them, he either changed subject, ignored the line of the question, or just pretended he didn't hear and go off on a tangent. We relocated him to the living room as a temporary arrangement for him now. 28th of March. It's official. Washington has fallen, and Air Force One failed to make it off the tarmac before it was set upon. What hope is there left for us? Our military is all but wiped out. Everything we've thrown at them has failed, and now reports of Japan and China are coming under siege. The mood here in this house is quite melancholy. It's almost as if we're giving up any hope of avoiding the apparently inevitable fate set before us. We've been told that the current rate of advancement, and if the Exmortis follows an assumed course sweeping down the east coast and back west towards us here. We only have another 3 weeks tops. Oh god, is it gonna be another 3 weeks of shit? Oh my god, where do these things come from? How did they grow in such a mammoth number in such a short time? But the $1 million... What the fuck question? Who are they and what are they doing here? Why? What? Who are they and why are they doing this? I'm afraid that we won't live long enough to find the answers. New York is fallen. Millions upon millions are dead. The front of the East Coast seems to be following the expected pattern at the moment, heading south down the coast while spreading the umbrella further west every day. Try to continue collecting as many news articles as possible. Press productions are particularly hard to come by at the moment, but we're having a very steady trickle of information coming in. If nearly all avenues of delivering it are stemmed. God, why was that so hard? TV's down to only a couple of local channels, suffice to say the word. Programming doesn't exist anymore. It's just a constant barrage of news and images of the rampages across the world. 14th of April. I still keep track of what's happening in other countries as much as possible, but as I have mentioned previously, information is getting much harder to come by and much more countries are overrun. I've heard that we have earned some sort of reprieve here. Apparently a major majority of the Exmortis have broken off and are heading south to swarm over Southern America countries. As much as that takes some of the pressure off us here, it's still a small surge of creatures doubling back this way, probably to finish off the smaller communities. We remain on high alert, stay within the close proximity of each other at all times. Anna is the last remaining optimist among us. I would have lost my mind a few weeks ago if it wasn't for her positive influence. With every day that passes, they get closer, and I can feel my sanity slipping just a little bit more. Electricity went out today. At least we had the forethought to stock up on batteries for the few essential items like flashlights. Honestly, how long does this shit go for? Not much longer. And I spent most of today clearing out a lot of junk from the cellar. I tried to make it back. What? Let me restart that. 23rd of April. Anna spent most of the day clearing out a lot of junk from the cellar to try and make it into a makeshift bomb shelter. A few creatures have been spotted in dashing across the open country only 50 miles from here. So while we are now in harm's way, the Exmortis must have spread pretty thin in our locality. Locality. Pretty much there, around the area. Anna is of the option that if they weren't in such great numbers around here, we might stand a chance if we hole up in the cellar. I am not so sure myself, but it is definitely a better option than standing out here in the open waiting to be slaughtered. Most of the local properties have been purchased. Portable CB radios, air horns to alert neighbours of shit coming. People are getting jitterier by the day, it seems, and there's a false alarm today that the Jackson house. As soon as we heard the air horn, we frantically rounded up the kids and hurried into the lobby only to hear Bob's sheepish apology radio across on the CB. Dog. It was just a dog. I haven't laughed that hard in ages. In fact, I haven't laughed at all in ages. Poor old Bob Jackson was probably getting on an earful from his wife. I'd hate to have been in his shoes today. 12th of May. The Colbys are dead. They didn't even have time to get to their shelter. After a few hours of waiting anxiously in our cellar, after the alarm, we broke the radio silence to check on everyone's welfare. The Colbys were the only ones that didn't answer. Joe, Bob, and I geared up and drove up to the Colbys' house, and nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. Greg, Karen, and his kids were torn to shreds. Karen's torso was strung up from the tree at the back, and her legs were just a mutilated mess in the front. At the foot of her stump. Mutilated mess at the foot of the stump. We found bits of Greg scattered around on his back porch, and the kids, oh God, the suffering they would have been subjected to. I'm dry retching as I write this. No one deserves to go through that. Oh God, is this what we can expect? Will my own children, my own flesh and blood, end up the same way the Colbys did? What kind of fate is that? Seeing this level of inhumanity firsthand has affected me more than anyone will ever know. 23rd of May. Since the Colbys, things have been pretty quiet. Our provisions have started to get fairly scarce last few days. I don't know how much longer we are going to be able to hold out for. 28th of May. As much as I hate doing it for so many reasons, Joe and I had to return to the Colbys' house to raid their supplies. We managed to scavenge enough provisions to keep us going for another few weeks at least, but beyond that, I'm unsure what we'll do. June the 9th. It's almost been a month since the last alarm was sounded, but Joe claims to have heard some rather worrying news. This could be oral heresy, but he was told that this is purely the calm before the storm. Okay. Joe was told that further inland, a rather large horde of creatures have been slowly heading southwards. Over the past few nights, I've noticed a distant build-up of strange clouds just hanging on the edge of the horizon. I feel that we don't have much time left. Oh my God. 13th of June. Nowhere to run and hide this time. The clouds on the eastern horizon have been getting larger since my last entry. The build-up of the creatures around the direction must be massive. The distant sound of the thunder now permanently hangs in the air. I don't think hiding in the cellar is going to work this time around. The Exmortis are in a final sweep, and I don't think they will leave any stone unturned. No time left. No hope. I can't stop thinking about the Colbys family. Their faces twisted in painful screams as they were ripped to shreds. To make matters worse, our food, the supplies have just run out. Joe's off to make a mad overnight dash to the old town centre to raid some of the shops. I told him it was pointless. At the rate those clouds are approaching, they will be on us before he can get back in time. Food means nothing if you're not alive to enjoy it. But he went anyway. Joe, you fool, you'll never get back in time. Holy shit.
Dude. That's that. Oh God. Okay, that I'm kind of glad I read that. That was kind of creepy as shit. Kane's Bible. I'd take it with me if I was still a religious man. How about still taking it with you anyway? Okay. This scuffed up door on the left has a particularly pungent odor seeping out of the cracks between it and the floor. Oh god, which room is this? Ah, this old mattress looks like it's been in the front room, been in this room for years. It currently serves as the rather pointless cushion for these poor souls in front of me. Children, no matter how many times I bear witness to such inhumanities, I just can't get used to it. The Exmortis must have been swept through here recently. Oh, that is so disgusting. How many kids is that? The blood-soaked sheet has been draped over the bodies of these dead children. If the Exmortis did this, who would have covered them with this sheet? Exactly. Exactly. Oh, a zipper ladder. Okay. Does that mean I can go check that goddamn grate down in the thing? Because I couldn't see anything before, remember? Remember? Oh god. Okay, there's a rather large wet patch on the floor at the entrance of this particular room. The source can probably be found behind this door. What's with the noise and music? Alright, there's got to be something behind here. Whatever all that blood is, probably from behind this curtain. Oh, thank God. The bath is stained with blood of a recent kill, but whoever's blood this is no longer in the tub. Rub-a-dub-dub, blood in the tub. Toilet is splattered with a small amount of blood. There is no point in opening the lid. Why? What do I expect to find in there other than the obvious? Toilet is splattered. There's a fair amount of blood on the floor here. Whoever it belongs to is probably dragged to the bathtub from what it looks like. It seems the water supply in this place is still functional. The taps seem to be working just fine. That's weird. The glow of the occasional flash of lightning in the sky lights up the room. Is there anything in here? What's that? Anything? What was that? Oh, it's just the tap. I don't think there's anything in here. I'll be gone now. There's another door on the far end of the left wall of this corridor. Can we go in there? Okay. A bloody little girl stains the wall and the floor here. She didn't even see it coming. I can still feel her melancholy presence in this room. So is this Anna's room? This apparition I just saw was looking out the window. What could she have been looking at? All I can see is the scorched earth in the distant horizon. Yeah, bullshit. There's something else. There's something else. Oh! Newspaper clippings. Bloodbath. UN warfare. United Nations to forge consolidation force. Japan and China demolished. Millions more dead. Oh, that's a key. What's the key for? Red sky. Approaching storm. State of anarchy, Washington in flames. Assailants named. Oh god. How can I read that? America war. Nukes failed to stop Exmortis. Yeah. Mass murder. There's nothing really interesting on them. 500 kill. A township of New Hunter burns. New Hunter town fall. Major cities under siege. Police source indicated they have suffered almost 95% casualty rate thus far. Oh god, everybody's dead. Martial law declared. Exmortis, Judgment Day. Exmortis, the mere mention of the self-appointed executions of humanity is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Isn't soul enough left amongst us that has an answer to this plague of genocide? Okay, I think I pressed everything. Someone has scrolled no hope to what it looks like in blood. That's it? Sure? Sure now. Okay, I think we're done here. We go in here. Clearly there is some kind of entity in this house that doesn't agree with my presence here. Nevertheless, the door just doesn't want to budge open. Smash! Hulk smash! Anything... Most of the roofing here seems rather water damaged. However, there is a section of which appears to have been ripped at rather violently. Is there anybody up there? Any rooms up there? Okay, let's go to that thing. This thing. What is a freaking noise? It's too dark to see anything in the shaft. I better not push forward without knowing where I'm going. Lighter! Okay. Oh, shit on a crap! Oh. Oh my god!
This is your soul. It is a beacon of light in a time of such darkness. Yours is a just nice spent eternity engineer. My name is Savior. Pay reverence to my word.
This tiny, extremely claustrophobic in the shadow appears to be some kind of air conditioning or airflow duct. Thankfully, it's large enough for me to... I don't want to move on! I don't want to move on! What was that? The shaft takes a turn to the right, further up ahead. Oh. Light streams from the crawl space through the vent. Beyond it is a haze lies underneath the room. I can't seem to be... What? The vent is fastened to the wall too tightly to remove the screws with my fingers. Well, shit. Oh, what about that toolbox? Do I need... Can I go in there yet? Nope. Yeah! Okay. Moving on. Don't do it. It works! Holy shit. Don't. Oh, lordy loo. Oh god. Body of a man is slumped over the table. From here it looks like a self-inflicted gun wound did the damage. The window looks out to the north. There is not much to see with expectation. The numerous rotting animal carcasses littering the field. Lovely. A bloody gun lies on the table next to the corpse. It appears to be the weapon he used to take his own life. The gun is loaded with 5 bullets. I picked up the gun. The door leads outside and to the back of this place. Things probably wouldn't be any safer outside than it is in here. This looks like the door to the hallway. I can't use it at the moment as it seems to be wedged solid against a wooden plank. Well, fly kick it, dude. Oh. Oh. It's just the kitchen sink. There's nothing... What? Hang on. Did he literally kill himself just then? Because there was something standing right here before. See, we saw the things. God. Oh. What? A set of stairs led back to the original grisly scene in the kitchen. The rear of this place looks like it's torn up as the front does. One hell of a horde of creatures must have tore this place apart. The door of the cellar is all currently closed. The key I have fits perfectly into its lock. The darkness of the cellar sends a chill up my spine. There is a set of stairs that leads down to the shadows. This pile of cardboard boxes filled with clothing, heirlooms, and other generally uninteresting items. Someone was preparing to spend a lot of time down here. Yeah. These books look much older than the other piles scattered across the room. Wait! Quite a few of these are authored by a familiar name. Xavier Rahim.
Oh god. How many pages are here? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna try and read this shit. Many years have passed since I cast my thoughts to the memories of my demons, for my story is one of captive torment, years of tortured labour to stay one hand ahead of the constant threat of lunacy. Indeed, I pain to recall the torment enduring for those years around the end of my young daughter Gwen's life, for she was lost to my blade, and it pains me deeply, however, as much as my hand was forged by them. My captors, yes, the demons that haunted my house. The possession of my poor daughter. They turned her into a puppet, held her soul for ransom in return for the translation of the text titled The Book of Exmortis. Of course I did as they wanted. However, I feared that such work will come with dire consequences, if not for I, then certainly for mankind. When they returned her to me for a mere minute, only to take her away from me again, I realized that Gwen was gone and never to return. I suppose in a way I wasn't killing my daughter. I was killing the demons that took hold of her. I digress. My purpose for penning this text is not to elevate the pained memories I carry with me, nor is it to gain unwarranted sympathy for my eternal plight. I ultimately utilize this medium to serve a dire warning to whatever years of humanity we as a species have left on this earth. An unspeakable evil resides in the hills, not half a day trek from my current abode here in Lochniach Fields. Is that here? I've witnessed firsthand the cruelty of the entities I have come to know as the Exmortis. I can only further elaborate on that threat, these being posed on humanity once I have summarized the netful of the beast. To understand this history of one enemy is to be one step closer to salvation. The following is a summarization of the Book of Exmortis. Ancient war... Okay, Sorry, you can read all this if you want, you can just pause it. These are still the, evil bastards that come up. The Hand of Death. The Book of Exmortis is the original alchemic form when on to detail the further ritualistic orientation of the link between our world and the spiritual plane described quite frequently as the ancient land. I dare not put pen to paper again for the reproduction of the incarnation of the hand of fear of my tainted soul. Hopefully I settled that right. Following the tragedy that was my daughter Gwen, I was felt compelled to continue my work looking for an answer to this evil. I spent day after day translating more and more ancient occult text pertaining to dark arts which surrounded these entities. For years I worked through each book of the archaic collection until I came across a precious find. Imagine to my surprise when I located a text which could lead to a downfall of the dominion of Exmortis. It was a text that I dare not translate whilst in the captivity of that isolated abode of fear, from exposing to them my knowledge of their script, titled Vestis and the Ancient Adversary. Over time, I worked to shake their attention when finally I broke free. I fled the wilderness and returned to a civilization eventually being relocated here to a beautiful Lochniach Fields homestead. It was here that I began to unveil the work I was forced to complete for the demonic Exmortis. I had managed to escape with one text that I could aid in my pursuit to right the wrong that I have been an integral part of. Within the pages of the Vetus Asveratus, I had discovered a great many things. Most important of all is that the source of the demon's power was also their weakness. Oh my god. The man who will become the hand, his soul is the path between the spirit world and our own. Sever the hand and the link is broken. The door was unlocked by the blood of fire, protected by fiends, once dead, now alive, circled, blah, 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 blah. Satanic shit. For many years, I've studied this passage from every possible angle. I have noted that the blood of the five is once again prominent in creating the link between our physical world and the spirit realm. I remember that from number 1. Circle of light, Circle of Life, portal to the spirit realm, an act of ultimate sacrifice involving the use of the weapon of fire. But what of this mortal man's ultimate sacrifice? What is this dagger that the passage speaks of, and who is the man that the script references? I cannot answer these questions, but I'm certain all will become clear when the time is right. All I can do now is make available the tools requiring for our savior to rid the land of this plague when it inevitably comes to be. I know that this is my purpose, is what little years of life I have remaining. Now, more than ever, I believe that within our faith, we will find the answer. That's the end. Oh my god.
Battery powered CB radio table sits on the wall. Ooh, that's the one they use to call a lot of people. Another stack of books sits on the table to my right. All of these are old but blank and bound by leather. Something. Another cardboard box lies open to my right. This one's filled with cables and various electronic devices. All of these are useless to me. Large bottle on the ground. It's empty from the smell of it. One filled with petrol. Nice foundation work. I'm glad I forked out the dollars to have my old house done by professionals. Ha! Not that it really matters much now. Hot water tank. Unfortunately, the shower. What the hell is the point in this? Do I need to come down here? Yeah, I read that. You can go away. CV radio. Okay, I don't think there's anything more in here. Oh shit, the Exmortis is getting closer. I don't have much time. I better get back in the house and figure out where I have to go from there quickly. That was a cool shot, by the way. Okay. We'll get there. We'll figure this shit out. The bedside table drawer is currently open. There's a suspicious-looking Bible inside. That wasn't open before. It wasn't open. With this dagger, sever the link, and the demon heart will fall. Within your faith lies the answer. A strange-looking dagger is hidden inside this Bible. Within our faith, we'll find the answer. It all makes sense now, does it? I got a freaking knife now. That's kind of cool. And I remember doing that shit. I remember doing that. I was gonna say, that ass was gonna, like, come alive. Oh! Baron Kratz compels you!
Quickly, or we don't have much time.
What? We don't have much time? The apparition of Xavier stands in the doorway at the end of the hall. I better follow him quickly. The Exmortis are almost here. Coming with you! Oh shit. A wooden chair sits in the middle of the ceremonial circle. I guess I'm supposed to sit here, but what am I supposed to do? What is this sacrifice I have to make? What do you mean, what is this sacrifice? Dry blood stains the floor in a circular pattern around the chair. Strange, the symbols sit at the equidistance points around the circle. This must be the portal. I don't know what that word is. Equidistant. Sacrifice is written in blood on the wall. What is this sacrifice I have to make? I don't have much time to figure that out. How about sitting in the chair and shooting your face off? Okay. A weapon to fire. This gun has taken 4 innocent lives. Oh fuck, I have to take my own life with this gun to open the portal. What's the ultimate sacrifice? I'm the 5th innocent with 5 bullets left in the chamber. Do I pull the trigger on myself? I can hear the Exmortis now. They know I'm here. At least this way I go out on my own way. I never thought it would end like this. Let's do it! Sacrifice! Oh shit. Dominion. Oh shit, we're still going. Holy, what? There's another strange beacon drifting in the distance. These boys need to be powered up and linked together before I can move on. What the fuck? no idea what I did then. Oh god, oh. This is amazing. Never could I have imagined that a world such as this existed. There's just empty space as far as the eye can see. I can't imagine spending eternity here. So fucking dumb. Oh my god, finally, 10 minutes later. God damn, you're joking. Really? There's more. The final two become beacons, float like buoys, drifting in the swell of the ocean I know so well. Beyond this point lies my world, Earth, or what is left of it, I guess. So it means what was, what is, what will be, the last two, an ancient dominion. I don't know how I can read them, I just can. Maybe this is the place? Oh. We just go through. Okay, it's not a puzzle. Hey! Who? What in the world? Whoa! Scared me, hand. What am I doing? A long dead corpse is slumped up against the wall. Empty shell castings rest in his lap. It must have been one hell of a last stand. What a way to go. What? A box half full of bullets is next to the corpse. It appears that they are suitable for use in my gun. I better reload in case I run into trouble down here. Okay. Does that mean reloaded? Fuck me, what a trip. I don't know where I am, but I've somehow regained my physical form. The hair on my neck is standing on end. This place feels inherently evil. Yeah, it does. Can I grab my gun? Hopefully that's reloaded, that shit. The tunnel behind me appears to have recently fallen victim to a cave-in. The only way out of here is to push ahead through this archway. Grab your gun, bro! What the? I'm literally shooting shit. What the fuck? Kill that piece of shit! What the hell are you doing, sir? What the fuck is it? Okay, I got 3 bullets left. You can only throw 2 more enemies at me. Holy shit balls. I got 1 left. Is it for you? Is it for you? I got nothing left. There's got to be the hand of Exmortis. Bullets don't seem to affect him. Everything I have read refers to the ceremonial dagger I'm carrying. This dagger! I have to do it. I have to use this dagger and it'll be over, I hope. That's me. I have to stab myself? You said something about dagger. Shank? You said something before about how you have to stab. remains are scattered throughout the tunnel on both sides. I don't know how they got here, but it must have been one hell of a slaughter. The walls of this tunnel have been bathed in numerous degree by blood and gore. The tunnel seems to stretch on forever into the darkness, but I have nothing left to fear. I've finished what I came here to do, and now I venture onwards into the unknown. Can I go back and get bullets? I can't seem to do anything. Another tunnel stretches off into the darkness ahead. I have no idea where I am. And no known way of telling how long this tunnel system goes for. There seems to be nothing else of interest anywhere. There's a hole down there. Let's go. What is that? A set of cement rock steps that lead upward over the crest. I feel a very faint breeze against my skin. I must be on the right path of getting out of wherever here is. I hear footsteps? That's the same picture as the last one. The last set of stairs welcomes me to stronger from the direction I am headed in. A very faint trace of light creeps over the crest here. I think I'm close to getting out finally. That's the same place from number 1. Oh hey. I finally found the exit, but a familiar figure blocks the doorway. It suddenly occurs to me that this is the entity I spoke to at the church. Yes, it's got the heart. I've got so many questions for him. Hello.
Oh, Mr. Hannay. How
Yes.
good it is to see you again.
Good to see you, but your voice sounds like a demon.
Definitely in order. You have accomplished something the combined forces of humanity could not.
Okay.
I must admit, when we last met in the church, I was unsure if you were the right person for the job.
Oh, well,
However, it seems my faith in you wasn't misplaced after all. Your actions have paved the way for a prosperous new age.
yay.
Which reminds me, I must also remember to thank Xavier for his role in this. How is he
Okay.
anyway? Still moaning about losing his little whore of a
Hey.
daughter?
It's not very nice.
You soul bearers. So complicated. Yet, once again I find myself surprised in the ease at which your kind can be manipulated. Much easier than my former brethren within the Exmortis.
Right.
Why the look of surprise? Surely you must have had some suspicions that I, Lord Blay, was the one who set you upon this path.
Oh,
Calm now,
that's...
child. My fellow Exmortis deposed me as their leader many eons ago. Wouldn't it be rather unwise to put myself in a position for the same inevitable treachery to take place? Only now do you realize I needed you to remove my
Maybe.
enemies and clear the path for my return to rule over a world which has always been rightfully mine. And it certainly seems that you came through for me with flying colors. So, Mr. Hannay, for your role in this, I commend you.
Thank you.
For your part in this, I applaud you. And for your help in this, I grant you a gift.
What's it? Oh!
A quick death.
Oh! Are you serial? Oh! After all that, saved everybody. Did everything, he just kills me. You bastard. Wow. Holy shit. That's that game, guys. That was certainly more interesting than the first one. I don't know if it was scarier than the first one. The first one was pretty freaky. And you can probably click on that in the comments and stuff. I'll leave a link to the first one in case you haven't seen it. But I'm going to end it here. I really enjoyed that. That was really cool. Okay. It was really cool. But anyway, that's the end, I hope. Maybe. Is it? Alright. Nothing else is going to pop up? Nope. Alright. That seems like the end. So thank you so much for watching, guys. And stay tuned for whatever I make next. Hopefully more horrors. There's so many horror games out there I gotta play. So thank you for watching again. Adios, dudes.